in the shadows where the secrets dwell. No reed whispers with a card spell. Shaking the story as its legacy, shimmering memories, the mastery of love, real energy flows, transcending time, a bridge to the heavens, a force so sublime. Maria, spirit divine, dancing in the cosmos, a light that will shine from the real society to infinity's door, unlocking our potential forever. We'll soar. My body top at top, my body with this illness of my get my shares up, dump top, mama beba, best top, mama panic, my car, do we beba, taco stick, toss all lost in the echoes of a war-torn night, she vanished like a comet that out of our sight. A visionary queen ruling the unknown. In the metaphysical realm she stands alone, communicating for wisdom, an extraterrestrial song. Her essence remains bold and strong. Maria, spirit divine, dancing in the cosmos, a light that will shine from the real society to infinity's door, unlocking our potential forever. We'll soar, embrace the connection, let the mystery unfold. Maria Orsic's truth, a story retold. Mama, you should not stop my bobby. And it Robert Cornell, but they'll send chop.
The sunshine causes things to fade, not chipping, but maybe cracking for now. I'll wait here right in the shade, pacing to see what the situation's lacking. Remember, recover, return. My real brothers and sisters, greetings in the name of Maria Orsic and in the name of her gods. Danalu Shiva, Danalu Shiva, Almighty in this world, Friga, Free Jah, Alleluia, Odin, Wotan, Woe. 10. And peace, love, and light with the biggest Om to each individual person who deserves our loyalty in protecting their rights to life, liberty, and happiness, and the pursuit of happiness, let's say it that way. Because no one has the right to use force, threat of violence, or fraud, deception against other individuals. And if that wasn't the case, that wasn't an everyday occurrence, we wouldn't need nation states, cities, towns, and armies. Who is really causing this? And if you have been following along, you will be with me saying who caused this in the first time reality. If we're living in a simulation because the smaller man had a nuclear war and ended the world, then this is our opportunity in the simulated reality of what might have happened after the end of the known physical world in 1948. And as a quick review, Lucifer is the Savior who chose his little blonde daughter to learn, figure out, experience how to take physical things from one dimension. Where are these dimensions inside of you? How does that make sense? That's the mystery that you are, the reflection of star, star, star. And we say star, star, star to replace G-O-D. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. 10 trillion asterisks. What are you talking about? Well, if I didn't experience something beyond my ability to describe, I would not know what anyone meant by beyond words, beyond description. Which, as a child, that's what God was defined in my mind as. And, come with me closely, right? As a child, there was something unknown, mysterious, beyond everything in my unconscious experience, and it was the black magicians of the Process Church, of Aleister Crowley's teachings, Golden Dawn, OTO, whatever, all of them. They are the evil geniuses that deliberately connected the Bible, God, Yahweh, El Shaddai, Elohim, Adonai, something, someone we were not correctly informed about on purpose. So the black magician could connect your unconscious to your conscious experience and say, when you read the Bible, you don't say, and Yahweh said, Yahweh said. You do not say, and El said, and El Shaddai said, and Shakira said, Shekinah said. You did not say, the Elohim said. And you want to blame someone? Aleister Crowley was the vessel for this in the late 1800s when they came up with the Schofield Bible to teach you the, quote, end times and the return of what's supposed to be beyond our description. How could that ever come or go? How could it ever turn or return, manifest or disintegrate? But natural magic or magic, deep magic, uses the experience of polarity to trap someone in a smaller polarity. And this is called polarity magic. For the black magician to be able to turn the polarity at will without the student, devotee, or average Homer Simpson dupe who goes to church because he drank too much the night before and thinks there's a sin somehow. Drinking too much has something to do with the moon. Like everything else, we want to compare and blame someone else. And you can bet that's going nowhere. That's a road that ends where it began. And together, let's curse the curse of eternal return, the embarrassment of living the same thing over and over and not being able to figure it out and not being able to break the power of the magicians above you controlling reality. Oh, they're manifesting reality, but they're doing it only at the will of Lucifer. They are authentically playing the part of the true enemy, authentic evil. And perhaps we would all be, and like Maria said, I was about to say something that is not universally true, and, really, fuck my opinion. My opinion about these things, who cares? It's like Fox News or CNN. We didn't tune in to get some dumb bitch or some dumb idiot opinion about reality. So I try not to give you my opinion about my experiences. I concentrate on being the vessel that is the lingam flowing into the yoni once and sacredly for all. In all, for all, as it is, because it was, so it will be. Right. Maria said to me, the reason I chose you for this job is you're the most in the moment person that I've ever known. And she said, do you understand that? She said, I know you, and I know you don't really, because you need me. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, we need each other. Need. And Maria was saying to me, you need me to observe and explain why you're in the moment in your perception. And in 95% of the people, only the evil would recognize this, that your astrology, your true self, who you are, is polarity, positive, negative, tuned to the real moment, not the actual dog and pony show. The secret moment, the secret conversation, the secret magic. Because it's come time for, I'm with everyone else. I'm guilty of being shallow like everyone else. But it is truly come time to show that it's all a show. From geopolitics to social media to actual on the street reality. The people who have been trapped here because of the evil that they did all their life are very, very much involved in how to mentally trap you so that when you die, you'll agree to come back to the show, to the Coliseum. Because things keep breaking down in the pyramid energetically to the base, right? From the point of light, your crystal soul, your vibrating memory. What are you? Thought and memory. And beyond that, truly indescribable. There are other people whom you will experience, and you will come in their presence, and finally the stream of thoughts and ideas will cease, and there they will give you their peace, and you finally will be without thought, and then able to do the ritual, connect with your true self, and go beyond thought. And give thanks. And I give thanks, to Maria and my ancestor friends back home who have helped me, And, I've had people say to me, there's research out there and there's books. Like, the podcast isn't about me, but that's all I'm the same as you. I'm stuck here. I don't sit here just meditating. I read and I enjoy listening to other people talk about their research and their experience. It's more about the connection with people that's fascinating. it's not an information war, because information is like a natural instinctual function for us back home, because we don't work 10 hours a day that drains us of our energy. Basically doing things in a cycle of tricking people out of their labor, their actual time and energy physically. That is a lot of work, a lot of things. Machines and things could last 10 times longer. Like, in reality, you should only have to buy one TV your whole life. It should last for 50 years. They could do that. They know how to wirelessly send energy. They right in front of your faces. They're showing you real energy. That information, a whole movie, can be sent invisibly, vibrationally, through the electromagnetic energy grid that is reality. It's the stage, that you broke out of the egg to come dance on. And as Maria said, what are you waiting for? Start dancing, even if you don't feel like it. And I just want to say, all the great experiences I had in Maria's ritual, doing mushrooms, and I talk to people all the time that have rough experiences. Yes, let me tell you, I believe it was not last Halloween, but the Halloween before, so it had been Halloween of 2023. Maria clearly told me I cannot be at your house, because many of her birthdays she was, but she said she absolutely was committed to other things, and I spent the entire ritual just sitting by my tree, and I felt very lonely, but very thankful also that I had Maria the nights that I did, And I told her the next Saturday night, I told her it was like living in a Halloween horror movie. I felt like I was, surrounded by proverbial demons, which are actually just hateful people. I mean, I forgot to start where I was going to start, so maybe we're just starting, because where does it begin? Lose all fear, because everything, every being is energy. Everything's just energy. Everything that's eternal is what we call energy and cannot die. So the greatest risk is you may be separated from people that you love. That should make you be in the moment. And just real quick, if it wasn't clear, what she meant was my constitution, my essence, is tuned naturally towards a person's true self, because that's the path of healing. Like, I can't be ashamed to say that Maria said to me, like, all your health problems and are all from other people. You come in contact with them, and like she said, no one wants to hear the energy caste system, but this is kind of how it goes. There's artists, there's healers, like what you would call a doctor. There's engineers, builders. This is the real energy caste system. And the people who love these things love each other, who love these things, love to live by each other, see each other, have community picnics, street parties with all engineers. And they love it. Like she said, we have huge astrological gatherings of like the celebration of Leo. All the Leos in all the worlds, other planets come together. And there is no racism where there is rationality. Where there is reason, there is not racism. No one is that fucking shallow. You can't be that shallow and smart, intellectual in our eyes. So, as clearly, those people are not of our caste, of our vibrational caste. And, just throwing out there things Maria's taught me through the years. We also have religious gatherings, and I don't mean anything bad by that word. It's hard to talk in a 1984 linguistical nightmare. Scientifically controlled dictatorship of words. That's where you lose your individuality, is when you let Big Brother define the words you live by. That's Maria. That's Maria. And because it does begin with everything is energy. And the small magical things in your life, remember to allow yourself to celebrate them. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Let me just tell this story real quick about Magic Sita. The first time I ever spoke with this Vril sister on the phone, first time ever meeting in this world, I'll conservatively give it like 15 minutes. We had been chatting for 15 minutes, and I was telling some story about Maria, and you'll know why I don't remember the story, because this was truly, you judge for yourself. Okay, and I have to give you a little story. So I'm sitting on the couch talking to this sister who was inquiring about Maria, the podcast, and me. And I have to tell you this little story about this shirt. So, years, literally many years, maybe even 10 years previous, my daughter Sasha heard me talking about Maria. And a couple days later, she gave me this shirt. And she said, this is too big for me. I just wore it to bed. She said, I want to give you this because that's your warrioress. That's your warrioress goddess. This was before I knew she was Maria. So this was like 2011, 2012. And because it was like a blonde, it was a cartoon, drawing of a blonde girl with a big gold sword with like blonde hair down to her knees with like superhero cape, robe, martial arts looking. And I think that's kind of why I was talking about the Missouri River Goddess being a great dancer and doing martial arts in her dance. That she would do some crazy karate kicks and shit while she was dancing. And the very important thing about this shirt is the name of the singer. I said to my daughter, who is this girl? Because it just said Black Widow on it. I said, who is this girl? And she said, she's a singer, dummy. She's famous. I said, well, I don't know. I said, what's her name? Black Widow? And my daughter laughed and said, you don't know who that is? I go, never seen her in my life. Because I'm Maria's monk. This is all I do. It took that. Like Maria laid it out that way, like to come down the yellow brick road, it's got to be your whole life. She's like, it's your decision. I'll be here next week. Let me know. Let me know if you want to do this till you die. Because if not, then you're a pussy and you're just fucking around and I won't be coming back. For real, she snapped the stupidness out of me. Slapped the delusion out of me with a few words. Because she has the credibility and essence, power behind the few words. She has the sting in her curled up tail. I asked her one day, what is the spiral? And she said, the Scorpio tail, dummy. Hail to the mama, the Scorpio mama. Right? And the shirt. And from time to time, I would wear the shirt and it would disappear. And it disappeared for a really long time, maybe years. We had, a lot of people doing laundry, a lot of things go missing and turn up. Well, I had not seen the Maria Warrioress shirt for a long, long time. And as I was talking to Queen Sita, I was telling her a story about Maria, and I don't remember the story because my wife came and set a basket of clean laundry next to me, And the shirt, the Black Widow shirt, was on the very top. It was the only piece of clothing I could see in the basket of laundry, right? And when I looked at the shirt, and I swear to you, if a gun was to my head, I wasn't sure exactly what the singer's name is. I just only remembered that her name had to do with Iggy Pop. And I was telling a story, and my wife set the laundry basket down. I looked at the shirt and paused, and Queen Sita, for no apparent reason, said the name of the singer. For no apparent reason. Just because I looked at the shirt, I paused for a second, and she said Iggy, whatever her name is. I don't even know. She said the real name. I couldn't speak for a few seconds. And I said, "Why'd you say that?" I said, do you mean, because I didn't really know the singer girl, Black Widow singer, the singer of the song, I guess. I didn't really know her last name for sure. I just remembered that it was a girl named Iggy. And she just said the name. And I said, You mean the singer, that singer girl? And she said, yeah. I said, why did you say it? And she said, I don't know. It just came to my mind. Let me tell you, people, that's magic. That's real telepathic, confirmed, undisputed. Maybe it's only for me, but that's a absolute true to the verbatim story. I looked at the shirt, and she said the name of the singer without me saying anything. I didn't even say my wife sat down close. I didn't say I was the one talking. I was the one in the middle of a story. I paused, and she just on cue said the name of the singer that I didn't even know her name. And Maria said, the next ritual, because Maria and Lucifer and Diana had spoken to me about this woman before I ever met her. And then went on to show me, I think now it's at least 2 dreams, maybe more, but 2 that specifically Lucifer himself said, I created those dreams. I gave you those dreams about her. And, one that I described earlier as a incredible prophecy that the woman in my dream was actually my real, songwriting partner, co-writer, which is so important to someone like me, because when you are an artist, the last thing you really think is that someone could make it better, and then someone does, and you're addicted to it. You're like, please do something on my song. You're great. And when you don't have that, like Maria said, you'll make do. You, Joseph, will make do. But it is, in my world, the greatest blessing, which is the greatest bliss. And, I'm thankful, to her individual true self, that she can do that. It makes life fun. It makes a person original. And also, it really shows the character and integrity of a person to have that kind of power and not really even be conscious of it or care, because her heart is so kind, so sweet, that it's so Maria. Like, it's a beautifully self-concerned, for self, selflessness. Yes, the highest concern and love for yourself can be to follow the kindness in your heart. And that doesn't mean to be used by black magicians, because kindness is a polarity to wise. Like, it comes with the territory. But there's a balancing power, and a true love without death that really does reflect our true selves, which reflect the thing that really is beyond us. Like Maria said, I saved the best for last, and the best, my brothers and sisters, is yet to come.